Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Tiana's Cooking TV. Today I'm going to be making some very delicious fried cabbage and andouille sausage. So guys, make sure that you stay tuned for the recipe. Okay guys, so I'm going to start off with my cabbage. I have me a really good green cabbage here. Now, I cannot stand the cabbages that barely have any green on it. I just won't use it because it doesn't give a really good color when you're making your cabbage. So I'm just going to use this one, and I did get it from Kroger, just in case you guys were wondering where to get really nice green cabbages. Then I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting up my cabbage. Now, I don't think there's any particular way that you're really supposed to cut a cabbage. So I'm just going to slice it down the middle and cut it like that. Then I'm just going to cut my cabbage up into about 2-inch pieces. You want to have a really good sized piece of cabbage in there. So yeah, just cut it up pretty thick, or however you want it to be cut up. Should be fine, it's your preference. Then I'm going to get my red bell pepper. I'm going to cut the top off, and then I'm going to take out the middle. Of course, unless you want to use the middle, then just take it out. And then I'm just going to slice that down the middle and cut it into some thick strips. You want to have it to be thick strips because it's going to take a little bit of time for the cabbage to cook down. So then I'm going to, I'll cut it in half, and that should be thick enough. Then I'm going to do the same exact thing with my green bell pepper. I'm going to take off the top and seed it, take that middle portion out, and then chop it up into some thick slices, for even cooking. So, and then I'm going to slice it down the middle the same exact way. Then I'm going to slice up my white onion. Now I'm going to use probably about half of this onion. Now you guys can definitely use any kind of onions that you want to. You can use yellow onions. That's one of my I guess it probably would be my favorite kind of onion. But since I don't want the cabbage to be, super sweet, because when you cook yellow onions a certain way, it will get, a little bit sweet. Then I'm going to get my andouille sausage. Then I did pick that up from Aldi's, and I think it is a pretty good sausage to use. So I definitely recommend this one. And then I'm just going to cut it down the middle, and I'm going to cut it like at a diagonal. For just some reason, it just looks better when you cut it on a diagonal. Or you can cut it up however you want to. It's your preference on that. Then I'm just going to get a large fry pan. I'm going to add some canola oil to that. I didn't have any olive oil, so I'm just going to be using canola oil for that. And I'm going to heat my pan up probably on medium-high heat. And then I'm just going to add in my andouille sausage all at once. You guys want to make sure that you have a really good size pan unless you want to have to make your cabbage in batches. And then I'm just going to make sure that it is evenly spread out throughout the pan, so I get a really good brown on that. Then I'm going to cut up about 3 large garlic cloves. I'm just going to basically just slice these into thick pieces. You know, it doesn't really matter how you slice it up unless you don't like, you know, big pieces of garlic, then you can chop it up a little bit finer. Now that it has brown on one side, I'm just going to go ahead and flip it over so it can cook, you know, some more on the other side. And then after that's finished browning on both sides, I'm just going to remove my andouille sausage from my pan, and I'm going to, you know, get the grease off with some paper towels. You want to try to remove a little bit of that excess oil. It's definitely not needed. You guys definitely have to pay attention to how much oil you're using in your food. Next, I'm just going to toss that around until I remove a good amount of oil from that. Now, you can take out some of the oil from the pan if you want to. It's totally up to you on how much oil that you've already used. Then I'm going to add in my onions and bell peppers to that. And then I'm going to stir that around just a little bit just to get it coated in the oil. And then I'm going to start seasoning that. I'm seasoning that with some all-purpose seasoning. My favorite is Slap Your Mama seasoning, and garlic powder, onion powder, pepper, and my garlic that I chopped up earlier. Then I'm going to add in my cabbage to the pan. Now I'm just going to add in about half of it now because I'm just going to let it cook down just a little bit so I can fit it all in the pan. Now that I've gotten the first half of my cabbage situated in the pan, I'm going to go ahead and add my second half of cabbage on that, and then I'm just going to stir that up until it's fully combined. And then I'm just going to add a little bit more seasoning. You guys definitely have to be a little bit, you know, careful with how much seasoning you're putting in there because the sausage has salt in it as well, so you don't want to over season it. Now that that is cooked down a little bit, I'm adding in my andouille sausage to that, and then I'm just going to cook that until the cabbage cooks down, you know, to my liking. I would say probably about another 5 minutes. Then I'm adding in some red pepper and a little bit of sugar just because I like my cabbage to have a little bit of sugar to it. It just gives it a little bit of something extra, a little bit of kick to it, I guess. And then I'm just going to plate my cabbage. Now guys, this is ready to serve. Guys, doesn't this look so delicious? I think it was so good. I haven't had cabbage in a while, so yeah. And then of course I do have my green onion cornbread in the background. If you guys are interested in that recipe, I do have the video for that. I will have it linked down below. So yeah guys, so make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up, and thank you guys so much for watching.